I just wanted to jump on here really quick and give you guys an idea of where I think the S&P 500 ETF Trust is heading as of Wednesday, April 16th. So I'm just going to be looking at the chart action from Monday, April 14th until April 16th. So I'll be scrolling through the different time frames to get an idea of where we're heading at. So if you look at currently, I'm on the 5-minute time frame. You could see we had a resistance right around 542.94 and a resistance around 537.41. Here it is Monday. Monday's right in this area right here. So we came up, hit this resistance, just went above it a little bit. We dropped back down, just kind of hovered within those two resistance levels, went up, tried breaking it again, couldn't. And then we just kind of worked our way down. And as you can see right here, once we broke below this Ichimoku cloud right here, it started turning bearish. You could see the red cloud starting to form. And we started breaking down along this resistance line, which would have been support at the time, which is this resistance line right here. And then we had a huge drop downwards right here. And once again, remember, there's not a lot of volume profile over in here. Volume profile are these bars in this area. So if there's not a lot of volume profile, the price can either rise up super fast or drop down super fast. And that's exactly what happened here. You can see we hit this line right here, which would have been support, which is now resistance because we're below it. But we came up, and you can see we just stayed below this red Ichimoku cloud the whole entire time. And here we currently are. So this is the 5-minute time frame. Scroll over to the 15-minute. 15-minute, of course, every time frame is going to look different. So the 15-minute, we're right at this resistance line of 526.42 right here. So you can see we're trying to come up and break this resistance currently, which is the next resistance. My concern is we have all this volume profile right here where the price could easily drop down super quickly. And then also, let's look at that. So that was the 15-minute. The 30-minute, we're right at the support of 524.06. Plus, we're in this green cloud right here. So a lot of times the price can hover around within this green cloud area. But you got to get a better understanding by looking at all the time frames to see the bigger picture here. Let me take these lines off right here real quick. Okay, so the hourly time frame, you can see we have this nice little upside down U right here. There's a strong trend to the down area. So that's the hourly time frame. The next resistance is 549.18, which is close to that 200-day moving average on the hourly chart. The next support is 485, which seems like a huge drop, but let's keep scrolling through the time frames. The 3-hour chart, one thing to remember is we're still below, on these longer time frames, we're still below this Ichimoku cloud, which is bearish. So we're still below the Ichimoku cloud. The next resistance would be 548.01, this line right here. Still, you don't see support down in this area. There's no green line going across. So let's look at the 4-hour chart. Pretty similar to the 3-hour chart. Next resistance is 544. You don't see a line down here, green support line. The daily, starting to get a bigger picture of where we're heading. So as you can see here, we broke the green Ichimoku cloud right here. We broke this down area, this downtrend. We're way below the Ichimoku cloud. Right here, you can see the price just staying below. We had that big gap up with the tariff news, the 90-day delay with some of the tariffs. So that was that huge gap up. But you can see right now on the daily chart, we're currently hovering right around this support area and this resistance area. You see a few candles right in this area right here. The weekly is where things get pretty interesting. You can see here on the weekly chart, next support is 495.13. And then the support after that would be around the 200-day moving average, which is 467.67 approximately. This is the areas that I've been saying for a while that I've been really keeping my eye on. Once we break through this area right here, this area of support, I'm really looking at this 200-day moving average, which is at 467. It seems like, that's a pretty huge drop, but with the way things have been going, I could easily see it making its way down to that weekly 200-day moving average. So just kind of scrolling through all these time frames to get a better picture. Like I said, on the daily, you can see here, not a lot of volume profile in this area right here. Most of it's all right here. And then, of course, we had that huge drop down. Let me get some of these off here. So that was the daily. And then, of course, the hourly. There's still a lot of volume profile in this area. So you could see the price tend to hover right around here and right around here. And you can see that price pretty much stay in this area right here. So that's what I'm keeping my eye on as far as the SPY 500 ETF Trust. Looks like there's like I said, a lot of volume profile on the hourly, but I like to scroll through all the different time frames to see where we're at on the different 200-day moving averages. As far as that goes, there's 200-day moving average right here, that black line, where the volume profile is at. You can see there's not a lot on the 15-minute chart here. And then, of course, I just scroll through the different time frames and kind of get an idea of overall building a bigger picture of where I think we're heading at. On the weekly, I like to get a longer term view of the outlook of the stock. We've already broke this 495 support once. So I'm really keeping my eye on this 200-day moving average around 467. And we've only hit that a couple times in the past few years, back in 2022. And then, of course, COVID, we also broke that 200-day moving average. So those are the areas of support and resistance that I'm looking at. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys.